Hello, young friends. Welcome to one more episode of Habits. In the first episode, we touched upon developing supportive habits. In the second episode, we touched upon how we can disengage from non-supportive habits. We have also explored the 10 principles that give us the blueprint to excellence. In this episode, we will go deeper into the aspect of how a few simple daily practices can support us in managing our habits and creating a blueprint for our own excellence. Let me take you on a journey to a beautiful lakeside in Sikkim, the Chongu Lake, where I'll be discussing in detail with Chandrasekhar Patil. Welcome to the Chongu Lake.
So I would like to ask this question to you, that there are habits like habits of sleeping, habits of waking up early, learning habits, habits of being responsible for one's own growth, relationship habits, financial habits. So how can we cultivate these good habits and also get rid of all the bad habits?
Yeah, when we look at habits per se, we all know it's something that we repeatedly do that eventually becomes an automatic response. And it's a brain's function that it wants to automate certain functions which are repeated quite often. Positive habits benefit us, so when we repeat good habits, those give us the advantage. And there are habits which are not so advantageous. There are habits which may not confer joy, confer true accomplishment, which may be things like waking up late, binge eating, binge watching, addictions, and all of these. They are also actions that are repeatedly done. And when we repeat those actions, we automatically are drawn towards that craving that pulls us towards the act of that habit which may not be beneficial for us. And interesting thing in this, Shekhar, is deep inside, even if you look at an addict, deep inside his heart, he knows that what he's doing is not right. What he's doing or she's doing is not benefiting him or her. Why does he continue to do that? Because he's feeling helpless.
Yeah.
What's missing there is a sort of inner cry which is very feeble. It is not being heard. And the mind's short circuit takes over and you slip into that habit. You binge watch, play, games vehemently on.
Go to adventurous sports.
Adventure sports.
Extreme
also.
sports.
Extreme adventure sports also are a way of bringing out that. In an adventure game, all your senses and your presence is at its heightened state.
It's a thrill.
That's a thrill.
That's a thrill.
That's what we humans crave for. We were discussing about the cue, craving, response, reward.
Yeah.
That James Clear has written in his the wonderful book of
Atomic
Habits, and how small little steps accumulated over a period of time can help us build empowering habits or get rid of unwanted ones. When it comes to good habits, also you need a push from inside.
Yes.
Saying, what I'm going to do is eventually going to benefit me. So that 2-minute rule you apply, you do that little workout.
Goldilocks Jones.
Yes. You do that little workout in the gym. Start your run and stop at 2 minutes and then see whether you can really stop, he says.
Yes.
His whole philosophy is about making good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. Now, when we talk about bad habits, as he calls it, or we can call them as non-empowering, not
Or
so
unwanted habit.
unwanted habits.
Unwanted habit.
Let's call it unwanted habits. When we talk about unwanted habits, the cue, craving, response, reward equation has to be inverted.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, when we want to invert that, we are at the cue and the short circuit takes over.
Yes.
Bringing awareness, Mr. Ravi Telang spoke about, bringing awareness at that right spot. If we combine James Clear's equation of cue, craving, response, reward with Viktor Frankl's equation of stimulus, response, gap. So it becomes cue, space, or pause, response, pause, and then there is opportunity to change the trajectory of the unwanted habit.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that brings to me this important thing about awareness. When you have a pause, you have awareness. You are not just identified with the cue.
True.
You are not identified with the trigger. You can resist temptation because you are attentive, sensitive, and alert.
Right. I was also reflecting on this aspect that we need strength when we want to get away from unwanted habits. And it's our belief that strength has to come from inside.
Yes.
And we develop that inner fortitude only through practices like meditation. In my own case, when it comes to habits of getting angry,
Yeah.
or
Emotional habits.
emotional habits,
Yeah.
habits of spending money mindlessly,
Yeah.
financial habits, eating
Compulsive
sweets,
purchase.
compulsive purchases,
Yes.
because the whole economic world is out there to grab your attention.
Consumerism.
Consumerism is there.
Actually, why do people do that in the first place? The real happiness is always within.
True.
It is in your state of being, in the equanimity. Just like you see the lake, it is so poised. What kind of a feeling comes into your mind? It brings joy. If our inner state of mind is in that kind of a condition of stillness, we will naturally get happiness while even being at poise with ourselves, not rushing anywhere. It is the soul's misdirected urge
Superb.
to seek your true happiness outside.
Absolutely. Whatever
You are
it is,
in a hedonic treadmill.
hedonic treadmill.
You do one thing, you do not get the happiness, you get pleasure. And pleasure is not happiness.
True.
You get pleasure and that pleasure is gone. It is same with relationship also. You are not committed in one relationship and you change it. And that's why you think that I will get happiness with someone else. Our real happiness, the habit of happiness, is actually coming from within.
In my personal experience, this heartfulness process of cleaning has helped me get over many of these things by bringing awareness to what one is doing. Just to deconstruct this, the whole process of habits are well-formed neural pathways,
Yes.
and the mind likes to travel, the brain likes to kind of travel that distance at the fastest pace possible. A lot of our decisions, actions are driven by our subconscious mind. These are mostly programmed functions which are not visible to us, not in our awareness.
About which we are not even conscious.
Absolutely.
They happen, they say that conscious mind is the boss only for 5% of the time. Because the conscious mind processes the data 15 bits per second. That's its capacity. However, the subconscious mind, which is actually running the game,
True.
has the capacity to process information 15 million bits per second. So it's the subconscious mind is 1 million times better and faster than your conscious mind. So if this is the case, just think that how are you going to change habits which are already programmed in your subconscious? It's not going to happen just by any conscious trick.
If there is something that's visible, you can reprogram it. How do you reprogram something that's not even in your senses? It's not visible to you, it's not in your perception. Wisdom of the past is where we need to go to, because the masters, the great masters of spiritual traditions have always taught us that one needs to bring to the surface what is deeply embedded within our subconscious.
But then how do we do it?
In my little understanding, Shekhar, there is no other method other than heartfulness cleaning which can benefit you in this regard.
Yes.
We are somehow empowered within our heart to remove complexities, impurities, grossness, heaviness, and impressions of the past, which are also termed as samskaras.
Yes.
We are able to remove it without being aware of what is getting removed.
Yeah. Heartfulness cleaning has been one of the most effective technique that has come to our rescue.
Absolutely.
You don't need to be aware what you are cleaning. You just remove what is making you heavy. The habit of happiness is cultivated when we are connected with ourselves, when we are within, not seeking that happiness outside. That is number one. Number two is that I need to be aware. I need to be aware and attentive all the time that I am connected with my inner source of happiness.
So this practice of cleaning unburdens the heart and in turn complements the dimension of meditation, wherein we become more and more receptive to the signals, the guidance of the heart. So the garbage removed, the purity of the heart will automatically, magically, we can call it auto-magically.
Automatically, that's a new word you have coined.
Auto-magically, it will guide you in the right direction. It might, see, external observances like making it difficult, making it invisible.
That's a very conscious level.
At the very conscious, you need a lot of discipline, and we humans are by nature easygoing.
Yes.
The deepest nature, because we are settled beings actually. So to push ourselves to that level of discipline of removing it, making it difficult, making it unattractive, and all of that becomes a challenge.
Wonderful, Mr. Desai. You said it. That I need to, bring an inversion, a contemplative mindset, turn to my real source of happiness, the lake, which is inside me, which is always within my heart, is the source of ultimate happiness.
Yes, when we are content and complete within, we don't need an external cue, impulse to drive us into a game of fulfillment. We do it with a certain sense of greater awareness or certain sense of inner awareness, which will put a pause, put a break to this chain of cue, craving, response, reward.
Say for example, I have taken a good lunch, a delicious lunch, and I am satisfied. My hunger is quenched. Would I still like to go outside to eat something? No.
Yeah.
It is same. When I am fulfilled and contented from inside, would I still like to enter or indulge into those addictions? No. Because I am contented inside.
A contented heart, a very centered heart. This is why we recommend a practice of inner connect at bedtime in heartfulness, and also during the day, as many times as possible, taking a pause and centering ourselves.
And bring your attention inside.
This small action, it might look very mechanical to do in the beginning. Now imagine when this becomes a habit. Being centered becomes your habit.
That this habit of always remaining connected and centered within the heart is brought out by this beautiful practice of heartfulness inner connect. And it is not only to be done at the bedtime. It can be done any time during your day.
Two words: gratitude and humility. Gratitude will somehow fill us up. It will make us feel complete and enriched and joyful all the time. Gratitude. Whatever little we may have, whatever we may be lacking in our life, gratitude, especially at bedtime when we offer that gratitude, it brings about a certain shift in your being centered and your being aware all the time. Humility is our quality to submit our problems to a greater source that is running our life.
Or a greater intelligence.
Greater intelligence. We are so humble. We are shy of asking for help, especially with the divine source. So when we cry for help through humility, it brings about a definite result. And prayer is for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Desai. Thank you very much.
So in summary, we have learned how the simple heartfulness practices of meditation in the morning, cleaning or rejuvenation in the evening, inner connect or prayer at bedtime support us and build us from inside out, which will not only help us in managing our habits and day-to-day life, but also create for us a blueprint towards excellence. Now let's prepare ourselves to do a guided inner connect. Sit comfortably, gently and softly close your eyes and follow the instructions. We will see you in the next episode soon. Thank you.
While offering this prayer, we honor the present moment in our journey, as well as acknowledging that the journey must continue. The Heartfulness Prayer is done at bedtime for 10 to 15 minutes to help us connect with our source. This is referred to as Master. It is also done for a few minutes before meditating in the morning as a way of resetting that connection. By beginning and ending the day this way, a connection is established with the Source throughout the day and night. Sit in a comfortable position. Gently close your eyes and relax. With a feeling of humility and love, silently and slowly let these words resonate within the space in your heart. O Master, Thou art the real goal of human life. We are yet but slaves of wishes, putting bar to our advancement. Thou art the only God and power to bring us up to that stage. Meditate for 10 to 15 minutes over the true sense of the words and try to get lost in them. You can repeat them a couple of times. O Master, Thou art the real goal of human life. We are yet but slaves of wishes, putting bar to our advancement. Thou art the only God and power to bring us up to that stage. Allow yourself to melt into this prayerful feeling. Now Now move your attention to your heart. Feel that a source of light is already present in your heart, and it is attracting you from within. Do not try and see the light, just know that it is there in your heart. Be open and receptive to a very subtle energy flowing into you. Relax into this feeling. If you find your awareness drifting at any time to other thoughts, don't fight them. Let them be. Gently remind yourself that you are meditating on the light in your heart. Allow yourself to become more and more absorbed within. Remain absorbed until you hear further guidance. while keeping your eyes closed, gently come out of the state of meditation. Now gently open your eyes. Reflect on what you just experienced. Try and retain this condition as you return to your daily routine.